Ahead, we'll see Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks as they match up with a former league MVP, Matt Ryan, and the Atlanta Falcons. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
On a gorgeous southern afternoon, EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to Atlanta, Georgia, and inside Mercedes-Benz Stadium. We thought the old place was loud. Somehow this place got even louder a short time ago as the Falcons were introduced to this sellout crowd. We're set to go as the Falcons get ready to match up with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. They'll be led out by Matt Ryan, NFL MVP back in 2016, and now in his 12th year in the league.
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
Last week's game.
Good. Four touchdowns, one pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
You got the win, so you're going to give him another chance?
Give him another shot.
All right, I think the ratio is pretty good. He'll try to eliminate the interception, but he wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And his first look is incomplete. All right, let's look at the offense. Devontae Freeman, this is a guy that you wanted to talk about, so take it away.
Brandon, have you seen a running back play with such joy as well as such fury? I love the way he runs the football and attacks defenses.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Ryan got his man. That's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down. The numbers for Jones last week: 5 catches, 59 yards.
And most teams mark down big plays as ones that gain 10 yards or more. He certainly has big playability, and we just saw it on display.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Bobby Wagner, the former second-rounder out of Utah State, with a sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. This is how the defense will line up for Seattle. They find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
And those are the kind of plays that this unit needs to make, because they know that going against a team of this magnitude and the way that they're playing, they cannot afford to let them get on a roll early. Chip away at their timing.
3rd and long. It's Ryan. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because The receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
Wilson, the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 20. Left side here, taken in by Metcalf. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
1 minute, first down.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now a give, right side. It's Carson. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And here's the starting offensive unit for Seattle.
Big Dwayne Brown is still one of the top left tackles in the NFL. A 4-time Pro Bowler, he's respected around the league because of his big frame, nimble feet, and strong grip. When you rush the passer against Dwayne Brown, you're just hoping to get near the quarterback.
Play action. Now Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. They find themselves just a couple of spots outside of the top 10 defending the pass, number 12 in the league.
They'll take that play right there each and every snap because throughout this season, they've given up some big plays. To be able to hold someone to no gain, oh, yeah, they'll take that one all game long.
The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
I liked his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. They run for it with Carson. And the surge is going to be too much defensively. He's hit and taken down to the backfield. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. To throw is Ryan. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Ryan. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Freeman. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. They were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover Always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That's good for 28 yards. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
The numbers on the ground for Carson last week: 14 carries, 63 yards, and a touchdown.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still
under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Allen Bailey able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
59 Mike. Check, 59. Here we go.
Third and long. It's Wilson. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
At the 26-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Ryan, and that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards there and a 1st down for the Falcons. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop you, keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this 1st quarter. K'Wan Short able to record his 5th sack of the season. We're scoreless after 1. Back now in Atlanta, 2nd quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they've got it with a 2nd down coming up. Another try after the 1st down sack. Ryan, and this one brought in by Sanu. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Ryan. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Come on, baby. Let's
A reminder, later tonight, Sunday Night Football, will see a game in the NFL 100 Series, a rematch of the very first AFL-NFL Championship game, later, of course, known as Super Bowl I. It pits the Packers against the Chiefs from Arrowhead, and that should be a fun one. Now, a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Wilson, throwing again. Shakes off the sack. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now it's Carson. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Alan Bailey able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Hey, zero. 59 mark. Check, 59.
Now Wilson. And he's got his target. That's more. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 43. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. This is Carson. And some space here. 20. That one 28 yards on the ground.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
They go read option with Wilson. Hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
And this is where you need the quarterback to morph into being a running back. The ball can't be away from his body. It can't be loose. It can't be held like he's going to throw it. Tuck it away. Take care of it because he's going to run through a lot of traffic.
And if he doesn't take care of it, we're going to see less design runs like that. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Ryan over the middle, complete. It's Freeman. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again. Ryan. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Freeman. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 36.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that
blitz coming, and down he goes. Bobby Wagner picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. K1 Short in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
A 61-yard attempt.
And he's going to miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
Well, throw on first down with Wilson. He's going to air one out. It's caught at the 10. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. DK Metcalf. His 11th touchdown of the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way to the end zone for the touchdown.
This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go!
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Ryan. The left side completion to Jones. A gain of 6 there on first. Time a factor as Ryan will hustle him to the line. Looking to throw again on second down. Ryan, and he'll get it down to the 47 here. That one a first down pickup of 8. They go play action here on first down. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Seahawks have picked it up.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Good starting field position for them as they come up first and 10. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. Flushed out right. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
To throw again on second down. Wilson buying time to his left. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. That one covers 29 yards, first down.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him. And he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Wilson now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. Flush to his right. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Russell Wilson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the 2nd half in Week 8 in the NFL. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. 2nd half begins with a run from Penny. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wilson being chased out left. And avoids the contact by sliding. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Pretty nice work defensively there on the 1st down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 29-yard line.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. And this is going to be back-to-back tackles for a loss here as the Falcons defense yet again drops him behind the line.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Dancing to his... And it's a Seattle Seahawks touchdown. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now 21-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. And their halftime hold now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the bull.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Here's Ryan. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On 3rd down, Ryan. It's caught. Jones. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Ryan going to give to Freeman on the draw. And the result here the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by this Seahawk defense.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job. They're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They had the double-digit lead at halftime, and they have continued to roll. They're hard to stop right now.
I think what we're seeing is an example of a team that has it figured out in this ball game. And whatever the adjustments are the defense has made, hasn't slowed them, hasn't phased them at all. They either anticipated them or they've been so far ahead that they just can't catch up.
Now it's just a search to add to the lead. Foyesade Oluwakan made the tackle there from his safety position.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones. This defense tried to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that first down now. I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides, when that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over.
The derriere dips, I like that one.
Yeah, been working on it for a little bit. Throwing is Wilson. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now it's Wilson. Over the middle, complete. That's Moore. It'll be a 20-yard gain on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson steps away to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. 7 yards there and a first down.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a first down.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Here's Carson, and they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Now Wilson. That escapes the sack. Now he's forced out right. He can run for it, and he will. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Tyler Davison hauling it off the edge to sack him. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
On first down, Ryan. And Jones has it over the middle. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys.
And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Golden Tate with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Falcons get a bit closer.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Wilson. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. It's Desmond Trufant. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Ryan. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Matt Ryan trying to lead the Falcons from behind. Last year in 16 starts, just 1 4th-quarter comeback for the QB. 2nd and 10. It's Ryan again. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jones. 11 yards there. First down. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Ryan will throw again. Caught right side, Tate. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
Let's go!
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
On first and 10, it's Ryan. Jones has it. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a second and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
33.
Connects with Sanu right side. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. Yeah, this is going to depend on the spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. Backed up, in good situation, it didn't matter.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Dan Quinn's guys unable to come through there on 4th down. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. So now with a little over 2 minutes to play, the road back gets very difficult.
Difficult, but still not impossible if they go ahead and play this thing out. Now the defense has to come up big. They've got to go for a strip of the football on each and every snap to try and give themselves a chance.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Penny, a first down carry. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They run it with Carson. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. The Seahawks on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They run again with Carson. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Draw play. This is Carson. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. He already has 2 sacks to his credit. Now another tackle for loss.
And you know how you can always identify who was supposed to block him? They're the ones helping up the person who just got knocked to the ground with the ball, right? Whether it's a running play or a pass play, they've got to figure out a way to slow him down. Maybe you chip him with a second guy. Maybe you just out and out double him. Maybe you make sure you take the ball and throw it as far away from him as possible. Because right now, he is wrecking things for them.
On 2nd down, it's Carson. Allen Bailey in on the stop.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Hey, easy. Check.
From the shotgun, Wilson. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Meanwhile, in Nashville, they're on to the 4th quarter now. And it was the Titans who were able to take home the victory there. And if they could hold on to that lead, it would be win number 4 on the season for them. So the victory here for Seattle, and it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right?